I look so good. What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. A little bloated right now. I just ate a shitload of food. Honestly, I was gonna make this video about affirmations, but honestly, yeah. Here are some weekly affirmations, right? That you should be affirming to yourself every day, weekly, or whatever. Before we get into it, like the video, subscribe if you're new, comment below what you think about. Let's get into it. So, I being you, right? I want you to say this with me, right? I am a good person. I am enough. I am worthy of being loved. I'm a beautiful person. I'm very good looking. I'm very smart. I never judge anybody. I only pay attention to the surroundings of my life. My life is headed in a great direction. My life is headed somewhere. I am headed somewhere. Let's talk about affirmations, right? Because honestly, I used to think they were like whatever, like a bunch of crap. But they're actually very important, right? Because I was listening to this book last night about manifestation. And basically it was explaining how the subconscious, like the mind, or like the subconscious or conscious or whatever, is like the ocean, right? Your conscious, it was basically explaining how like your conscious thoughts only include like the surface, right? Your conscious thoughts are just the surface of the ocean, and then below the surface is the entire ocean, which is your subconscious, right? And then consciousness is basically just the ground, right? The bottom of the ocean. So you can think all you want about whatever conscious thoughts you're thinking, right? You can think about whatever thoughts you want, but all that's gonna produce is little waves, right? You're just gonna produce little waves. Like affirmations are basically waves, right? Like when you're doing an affirmation, you have to do them a lot, right? Because the thing is, repetition creates mastery, right? Whatever you repeat, you believe. And if you do repeat things about yourself, you'll start and eventually believing them, right? Like I used to lie to people and say I was Dominican, and now I actually look Dominican, and people always consider, like, they always, before no one ever thought I was Dominican. Now everyone just looks at me and assumes, oh, are you Dominican, right? So now I don't gotta lie anymore. Say, oh yeah, I'm Dominican. People just already assume that. They're like, oh, I thought you were Dominican. Oh, dude, I thought you were Dominican, or like Puerto Rican or something, right? Basically what the book was explaining was that the affirmations that we do say, like, yeah, they might create waves, because this is basically what I'm getting from, right? Like if the ocean, our conscious thoughts, like the things that we actually think, like, oh, I gotta get this done, I gotta get that done, those things are just waves, like ripples on the waves on the surface of the ocean, right? Damn, I really want to go. Talking about the ocean makes me really want to, because it's Sunday today, and on Sundays I love going to the beach. I really want to go to the beach, but it's basically like the ripples of the ocean, right? And then everything else under that is our subconscious, right? And in our subconscious minds, we just basically put everything else, like the whales, the dolphins, the seaweeds, the squid, like all that shit, right? All the crazy shit is all lurking deep in the ocean. Like on the surface of the ocean is like regular shit, like jellyfish or whatever. But then in the ocean, the actual ocean, which is our subconscious, that's where all the nitty gritty is going down. That's where things are actually happening, right? And our whole entire consciousness is the bottom of the ocean, right? Like the ocean floor, where the anglerfish and the darkness is, where everything else is, right? And what the book was explaining was that when you make change, like the changes that you make in different places are what you're gonna expect, right? Like you can make changes in your conscious mind, and it creates those little waves. You can create it in your subconscious minds, which is like, bigger waves that affect the surface. But then you have the waves on the conscious mind, right? Which are all the way at the bottom of the floor. And if you know anything about geography, when you have an earthquake in the bottom of the ocean floor, it creates a tsunami, right? It creates a tsunami that has a huge wave rippling effect that it just destroys everything, right? The tsunami is just like, that's only what happens when you change, when you think at a conscious level, which means what you really, really believe, right? So when you're saying these affirmations, you have to actually believe in them, right? Like you have to believe that these affirmations are real. Like you have to really believe that what you're thinking is the truth, right? It's the truth. Like if you think you're ugly, just look in the mirror and be like, yo, I look good as fuck, right? And you actually believe that. Like you look and you're just like, okay, like honestly, I feel like you should start small, right? Like, oh, I'm not ugly, right? Not even saying that I'm not ugly, but say like, oh, I look better today than I did when I was younger, or like yesterday. Oh, today I look a little better. Today I look a little better. And every day you're like, oh, today I look a little better. I look a little better today. And then eventually, because it's not like so far from the truth, because maybe you might have got a haircut, maybe you might have gotten, you might have lost weight, maybe you might have popped a pimple or some shit, right? And you're like, oh shit, look, I look better than yesterday. I got a new fit. Oh, I look better than yesterday. And you're just constantly building up until you're eventually like, okay, I'm not ugly no more, right? Like your world reflects what you say inside, right? So if you believe that you're ugly, other people are gonna see you as ugly, right? And it's funny because lately I've been getting a lot more girls, right? Like I know I have like shit on my face or whatever, but I've been getting a lot more girls just because I understand what I'm thinking subconsciously, right? Like before, subconsciously, I would just think everyone was ugly, but it was because I thought that I was, right? But now since I see more people as good looking and beautiful and stuff, I look at myself and I realize, oh, it's because I think I look so good, right? Like I feel like I look good. So when I look at other people, I'm just like, it's a little easier for me to be like, oh, she's beautiful. Oh, he's good looking. Oh, she's cute. Oh, she's, instead of just constantly thinking everyone was ugly, you know? Because I would literally hear in my head be attacking them, being like, oh, you're so ugly. Oh, you're so ugly. You're so ugly. And I would feel them like, kind of like not like them feeling my judgments of me thinking everyone was ugly, right? And obviously it was a badass bitch, I wouldn't think she was fucking ugly. But I'm just saying, like, everyone, I would just constantly call them ugly. And I realized that's the reason why people were saying it to me. And when people were saying it to me, it was reflecting in me, right? Like I was literally making myself ugly. And these are things I never even realized, right? I realized these things recently. I realized the reason, like, I was thinking I was so ugly, that it was affecting my face, right? It was affecting my body. It was affecting everything I did. I didn't even realize that. And it's because I thought of those things, right? So as long as you don't think of yourself as ugly, then other people won't think of yourself as ugly either. And then if someone says that, just be like, all right, I'm not ugly, right? Because if you know you're not ugly, then call them out. Just be like, nah, I'm not ugly. That's not me. You got the wrong nigga, right? With that being said, just constantly believe the things that you say before you affirm them, right? Like if you're gonna affirm them and keep doing it, eventually they'll take place, right? They'll manifest. You just gotta keep going with it, and then until you believe it. Once you believe it, that's when you start seeing the change in your life. Yeah, so with that being said, like the video, comment below what you think about it, subscribe if you're new, and if you have any questions, DM me on Instagram at Torius at 6 Feet Interviews, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.